Imagine this. They look you straight in the eyes, their touch is warm, their voice soft. Everything feels intense, electric, real. But the moment it's over, they vanish. No calls, no texts, just silence. And inside, you feel empty, used like something precious just slipped through your hands. So what was it? A deep connection? Or just sex? Welcome back to Decode Love, where we uncover the truth behind modern relationships and the games our hearts sometimes fall into. And today's topic? One that hits harder than we'd like to admit. Sex without love, how to tell it's just physical. Stick around until the end because I'll walk you through 6 subtle signs that most people miss, and by the time you finish watching, you'll be able to see through the illusion of intimacy more clearly than ever before. And hey, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We release new episodes every Sunday, real talk, no filters, always from the heart. So, why is it so easy to mistake lust for love? Because in the moment, everything feels right. Bodies meet, breath quickens, time disappears. And yet, when the night fades, the truth often surfaces. The connection? It was never emotional, just physical. Here's how you can tell. Sign number 1, they disappear after sex. If every time you're together feels magical, but afterward they vanish into thin air. No messages. No, how are you? Just silence. That's not love. That's someone checking out after they got what they came for. Love doesn't ghost you the next morning. Sign number 2, emotional talk makes them uncomfortable. Have you ever tried opening up to someone and they suddenly shut down? Maybe they changed the subject. Maybe they laughed it off. Or maybe they just looked distant. That's because emotional intimacy is uncomfortable for someone who only wants the physical. Real love embraces your heart, not just your body. Sign number 3, they only reach out late at night. If all your dates start after 10 p.m., if you've never seen daylight together, if the only time they're interested is when they're lonely or bored, that's not connection. That's convenience. You deserve more than being someone's midnight distraction. Sign number 4, no future, no plans, just now. When you talk about the future, they change the subject. You never know when you'll see them again. There's no consistency, no intention. Why? Because they don't see you as part of their life, just part of the moment. Let me pause you here for a second. Ask yourself, do I feel seen? Not just when we're naked, but when we're clothed, when we're vulnerable, when we're just being. Because love doesn't vanish with the heat. It lingers. It deepens. It stays. If you feel more alone after they leave than before they arrived, that's a sign. Sign number 5, it's all about looks and chemistry. Compliments are great. But if the only things they notice are your body, your appearance, your hotness, and they never ask about your dreams, your fears, your past, anything that makes you you, then it's not about who you are. It's about what you offer. And that is a painful kind of emptiness. Sign number 6, you feel emotionally drained after being with them. This is the hardest one to admit, because sometimes the sex is amazing, but afterward, you feel hollow, confused, maybe even ashamed. Your body was there, but your soul wasn't touched. And deep down, it wasn't love. It wasn't even close. So why do we fall into these situations? Sometimes it's loneliness, sometimes it's trauma, sometimes it's the deep aching hope that maybe, just maybe, this time it'll be different. But when we trade true intimacy for momentary pleasure, We're not just giving our bodies, we're giving pieces of ourselves to someone who doesn't want to keep them. Here's the truth. Sex without love isn't always bad. It can be a choice, a phase, a chapter. But only if both people are clear and honest. The problem is, when one heart starts to believe it's more, that's when it hurts. So if this spoke to you, if even one of these signs hit too close to home, know this. You're not crazy. You're not needy. You're not too much. You're just craving something real in a world that too often settles for the fake. And if this episode helped you feel a little less alone, hit that like button. Drop a comment even if it's just a heart. Your story might be someone else's wake-up call. Subscribe for more, and remember, we drop new episodes every Sunday. Real love. Real talk. Every time. Because at the end of the day, love isn't just something we feel, it's something we recognize when it's finally real. See you in the next one.